Big Show. It's really real right now.
Mr. DL.
222. Who's off? Cause you could just lose your mind. We still rocking.
Yo, we are rocking.
Episode 42.
42. Welcome back,
Gang
everybody.
Zone, man. Yo, so one thing is crazy, y'all, man. The fact that when you do the first one and then you're like, damn, you got 42 deep. That's a lot, man. It's been good. And I'm glad we're able to, man, still like do this thing and keep pushing these numbers, man, get where we gotta be. But one thing I wanted to speak on real quick was Eminem.
Oh yeah.
Was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And the great thing about it was that I think he's one of the best rappers. He would be in my top 10. I think he's
one of the best rappers. He's just not one of my favorite rappers.
Well, I would think he's one of the best.
But I do acknowledge that he's one of the best.
Yeah, that's cool.
Rappers.
He might not be my favorite, but
yeah. I'm where you at. I'm where you are.
I feel he's dope, and so it was so dope too because upon his induction speech, he spoke on a lot of MCs and rappers that he basically probably followed coming up. And LL was first. LL was there in the front. But then he said names you wouldn't even, expect. Someone might not expect, like Poor Righteous Teachers, Ed O.G. from Boston, Gangstar, Dre, of course, and so many. And it's just the ones that he mentioned. A lot of them was underground too. They wasn't even as popular. But that meant that he was being the student of hip hop from all angles. I thought it was so dope. And even for you, Eminem, I thought it was dope speaking on Gangstar because knowing it's a name that I came up with my man and all that, and then like it's great, man. It was great he did that. And shout out to him, man. It's most deserving.
Yeah, hold on. I want to read the list because, like you're saying, it is a list that will take you back. Did you see it, Tanya?
No, I didn't actually.
So these are some of the people that he thanked, and I thought it was interesting that 2 Live Crew was first. I guess it's alphabetical, so I guess that's why he put the number people up front. So we got 2 Live Crew, Tupac, Third Base, Alliance, Apache, Audio 2, Milk D, Awesome Dre, The Beastie Boys, Big Daddy Kane, awesome Big Dre. Pun, Big L, Biz Markie, The Notorious B.I.G., Black Moon, The Boogie Monsters, Brand Nubian, Brother J, Buckshot, Casual from Hieroglyphics. I like how he singled out someone there. I just thought that was interesting. Chill B, Rob G, Chub Rock, Chuck D, Cypress Hill, D Nice, De La Soul, and then he just stops. And I don't know if we have to read all of these, but I just wanted to get to the one you were talking about.
Did he do Del? I think he did Del the Homo Sapien.
Yep, Del. Yep.
Homo Sapien.
So he said, did I say De La Soul? Def Jam, Del the Homo Sapien, DJ Quick, Dre, and then here our guest from last week. I thought this was interesting. He shouted out Drez from Black Sheep.
That was dope too.
You know what I mean? He specifically like that. He didn't say Black Sheep. He said, you know what I mean. So I thought that was interesting.
And it was almost like partially a validation of him with his hip hop. As a student. Yeah. Because he was listening to the same shit that basically I was rocking to, and I'm like, wow, he had to be really hip hop. Listen. So shout out to him. Now he had to. He still is. Shout out to Eminem.
So then came, Ed O.G. like we said, and then a few more. And then he says Gangstar, and I thought that was dope.
It was super dope, man.
He keeps going, but you guys get the point. So
shout out to you, Eminem, and much deserving. On another note of that same coin, Eminem's mother shares a tribute to her son after his rock and roll induction. If anyone knows, his mother Debbie Mathers. They've had a rocky relationship from what we know. We never know what we think we know, but that's what they say. Even though she wasn't in attendance, she delivered a heartwarming message to Slim Shady over social media. Marshall, I want to say I cannot let this day go by without congratulating you on your induction into the Hall of Fame, she said. I love you very much. I knew you'd get there. It's been a long ride. I'm very, very proud of you. And also, I'm very proud of Haley Jade, my big girl. That's his daughter. I want to tell you, Haley, great job on your podcast, and God bless you guys. I love you very much. Now, the thing about that, which is I believe is genuine, Because if you see a picture of Eminem's mother, she even looks 100% better than when they first started dealing with it. I'm sure they've mended their fences. I'm pretty much sure. You know, and you know, at the end,
money heals all wounds in some cases.
Not necessarily.
yeah, but he, you know, so shout out there, man. You got anything popping over there?
Yeah, I want to say this. Last year at this time, DaBaby was the biggest rapper in the world. DaBaby, like #1 rapper. He was. It was undeniable. DaBaby, and now he's struggling to fill a 1,300 seat venue, so he's offering 2-for-1 tickets. I just think that's. I mean, I like DaBaby. I got no issue with DaBaby, but I just think that's wild. Like how you can fall from.
Do you think it's
that?
because he got canceled?
Yeah, because he definitely got canceled, and
Well,
no one wants to. No one of clout wants to book him because they don't want to get canceled as well.
Plus, on top of that too, he was talking about that he had like 5 apartments and places, different places, a bunch of cars, bunch of people around him that he was paying for. He said that himself.
Yeah.
You know, and eventually he said that he felt broke at one point. I want to say he said he was making 150 grand a week or a day or something weird like that, crazy, to like 20,000.
Yeah.
And he said that's when he knew he fell the fuck off, you know? So, I mean, this thing is fledgling. You know, that's why success, fame, and all that is very smart to be smart and educated about your business, but also, if not, have people around you that are that way.
Yeah.
Because yes men are the easiest people to get around. You know what I mean? And it'll fuck you up. It's lonely at the top, but it's also lonely at the goddamn bottom. You know what I'm saying?
But at this point, like, people need to realize whether you're in sports or entertainment or whatever it is, like, watch your money. Like, have we not learned from all these NBA players and all these football players and all these artists? Like, come on.
Learning, people don't
like,
learn.
if you don't like Susie Orman, go find another self-help book.
Everybody says what they would do until it's time for them to do what they would do. You understand what I'm saying? So they're gonna say it all day. If I had $1 million, I'll do this. As soon as that shit falls through,
he still has money. He still has money. He just is losing his stream to make the money. And
so he needs to cut back on the entourage and all that.
Yeah, the 6 apartments.
Just like everybody else, got to get a budget.
He probably has by now.
Absolutely.
Well, he had no choice. You know what I mean?
So I had that. I also had. I got a few here. I got Conway teases a Nas collab. He tweeted last night a photo of him and Nas, and he says, "I'm getting Nas on my album." Mm-hmm. That's fucking big. Nas feature's always big. I don't care who you are, even if it's, even if it doesn't do make it like a hit song or anything. It's still great to have a fucking Nas feature.
Of course, because to me he's always gonna be one of the greatest as well. And I like with some of the younger and from the different generation basically. Wants to rock, with Nas like that and make good music.
Yeah.
Because him and Nas and there was one song Nas did with DJ Khaled on some project. That shit, I don't know what that was. Lyrically, it was cool, but beat-wise, the shit didn't connect. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
sometimes just don't do it, just do it. Do that classic shit. I think he got a new joint out, King Disease 3, right?
I don't know if it's out or it's coming out.
Something like that, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, but you think Nas will do it, considering everything that Kanye's going through right now?
Do what?
The collab.
What are you talking about?
No, Conway, I said.
Oh,
I might have, honestly.
I honestly thought
to be honest, I might have said Kanye, but I meant Conway.
No, that's cool. I mean, I understand the protectiveness, but you definitely said.
Protectiveness, my ass. Don't tell me that Kanye and
you definitely said Conway.
I keep mixing up their names in conversation.
That's why I said the younger and the older together, because you said Conway. If you said Kanye, I would have said what she said.
Well, Kanye could be younger than Nas, even if it's by 5 years.
That's a rap photo on your phone, right? That you were gonna say the next story. That's like a hip hop shit.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so I got another hip hop thing.
Oh, wait a minute.
I just want to make sure
Depends
it was.
what I had. I don't know what I had.
I saw a split screen of 2 people standing there.
Oh yeah, it was just him and his mom.
No, that wasn't it. It was something else. But I want to say that it's been 10 days since the shooting of Takeoff, and there hasn't really been any information.
That's what it was.
Any information at all besides YouTube sleuths and fucking Instagram detectives, right, babe?
Yeah.
Like it's pretty much just been that. Like DJ Academics broke it down frame by frame from all the angles, and which was kind of fucking crazy.
I mean,
It's one of the craziest things. I watched 300,000 people watch him do it live, and if you just look at the comments on the side, it's like, yo, are you the feds?
it comes to a point like with all this stuff, man, where people want to expose something for numbers or whatever it is, or like this Charleston White guy. I'm sure you're familiar, right? You know, so we got
Jeez.
people
Yeah,
just want to.
You know, Charleston White.
They can say whatever, like just because now, like he just said recently on some shit that it's cool to be telling it all that shit or something.
Yeah.
And I mean that's his position. That's his position.
Wait,
but it's
is that
like,
the guy who said it's okay to be telling if you're not in it?
Yeah, he's the guy who's beefing with T.I. and his son.
beefing with everybody.
Yeah, you've seen
Fuck
it. If
mob
you see him-
ties.
Yeah, fuck mob tie guy.
Yeah.
You've seen him.
Well, I mean, I think there's some truth to that. Like, if you're not in the life
Yo.
and someone shoots
Yo.
at you,
Yeah, I don't have a problem with people
Understand.
that aren't in the life calling the police.
Right.
I don't really care about that.
Right.
Understand what I was saying, which obviously I would never say. There was truth to it from my standpoint. Is this is a man who's telling people to tell, like you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's weird.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's telling them,
You've seen him, I think.
you got in some trouble or whatever, and it's fell on you, tell. So that's never. And as we know, I believe if you play cops and robbers, that's what you're doing. If you're in that game,
Yeah.
you know the consequences.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
100%.
So when the shit go down, your job isn't to tell.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like your job was
goes
to get money.
down.
When it was to get money, that's what it was, your job. So now, it didn't go like according to what you thought it was.
Yeah.
Now you want to tell. That's what he's saying. Is telling motherfuckers it's cool. to
like
do
I
that.
said, that's
No.
a whole nother
Like
story.
if you work at Walmart and you're walking to your car and someone robs you, I don't really care if you call the police and be like, officer, so and so robbed me.
Well, they-
but if you're walking to Walmart and then
fair.
like you see someone across the street like getting in an argument and then you call the police, you know what I'm saying? Then that's like a whole other
I
fucking
mean, I've seen people.
thing. You know?
I've driven by and seen people fighting, and then drive back by and motherfuckers shot. Pow.
Yeah.
Yo, just to visualize, like, yo, this shit is real. Like, so if you involved in that, that's what you're doing. You know what I mean?
So I was ahead of the curve on the Danger Zone podcast. I know we don't air till Thursday, but last Wednesday was 100% ahead of the Jay Prince Jr. curve, and he was absolutely annihilated on the internet all week. I mean, but that whole thing down there is ridiculous, and I'm sure the police have some sort of footage and they're gonna release some sort of information. But right now, people are just. It's 100% speculation, so there's not much we can really talk about. Besides, all we know is that he's dead and he's having a funeral this week.
Yeah, right now
That the-
you gotta I don't want to say trust the process because I know in other situations that process has let us down, but you gotta kind of wait to see what they come up with before anybody can have a real reaction. Honestly,
when you were speaking on that, shout out, to Takeoff's family and
100%.
condolences
R.I.P.
and what have you. You know what I'm saying? But on another note of that, Drake honors a legendary Takeoff during. He honors him during his. Hold on, man, I lost my pace. Drake honors legendary Takeoff during a Table for One radio show.
Yeah.
Drake has paid homage to longtime friend Takeoff, offering his condolences to his brothers Offset and Quavo in an emotional tribute. Drizzy opened the latest episode of his Table for One show on Sirius XM with his thoughts about tragic loss, revisiting the original relationship of him with the Migos. That was a guy he knew for a long time. He said, I'm sure people know we started off the course with Versace. And from there, we formed a brotherhood. We always talked about the fact that this was one family. My friends in the music industry are not friends, they're family. So our deepest condolences go out to him and his family, which is part of his family. The things Drake was he was just honoring him, as we do. It's a tribute. So you could, without delving too deep in it, you can pay attention to that with Drake. And like I said, it's a sad time, when anyone loses their life. But this hip hop thing in the light like that, that's bad. Also this week,
Oh, hold on, I got one more. Is it a hip hop one?
yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Also this week we lost Tame One from the Artifacts. The Artifacts, man, had their
And
critically
Hurricane.
acclaimed album wrong side of the track. And just 2 years ago, I was on tour with the Gangstar Foundation and Artifacts over in Europe and Smith & Wesson, shout out. And man, just that's what I'm saying, just like that, you know, he's not here anymore.
Hurricane G as well.
Yeah, but he was
Same day, same
he
age.
was he was the Artifacts was more than just a rap group. They were hip hop.
Yeah.
If people didn't know the history, they did graffiti. They were out there with the spray paint and all that, and embraced the hip hop. But Tame could spit, man. He was nice, you know. So condolences to his family. Also, with Mr. DL just said, Hurricane G. I remember, you know, meeting her back in the day because first tour I ever went on was with EPMD. But later on in the years, I would see her and Redman, and she was hard, like, cause you know at those times you had women.
She was like the Puerto Rican rapper before, like not like super before a Big Pun, but before a Big Pun. She was like, you know. I don't know Fat
she
Joe.
was like a Heather B, and those guys. They were hard female rappers.
Yeah.
They weren't trying to be on those sexy like that. They were just being hard. So I knew her like that, and then I found out, you know, behind this that she was also the mother of Eric Sermon's oldest child.
Oh wow.
You know, so we want to give our condolences to her and the family and hip hop, you know, for the loss of Hurricane G. And any of these people, man, if you ain't up on them, Hurricane G, Tame One, Google that, you know, get that information, man. Do your hip hop history, you know. But rest in peace, King, Tame One, and rest in peace, Queen, Hurricane G. Man.
Hell yeah. This just came in. Snoop Dogg is finalizing his biopic with Universal Pictures. Actually, might be a good movie.
He's beating us, but go ahead.
That might be a good movie, right?
Yes, I think so.
Snoop Dogg?
La da 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 da. Yeah, I think so.
What do you think? Did you see it?
Yeah, 100%.
All right, so we're going to move on to hip-hop, something that we all know we're going to talk about. We got to talk about it. I think she was stupid as hell.
Oh, before that?
I think she was stupid as hell. Oh, you got another hip-hop?
Yeah.
Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you
I
subscribe.
got some Latino music.
Oh, what you got? Tell us.
Or actually gentleman music.
Let me know.
Bad Bunny's the artist of the year. What's up? What's
man.
up?
Boing, boing,
Titi me
boing.
pregunto,
Get your nails painted, fellas. It is time for the Bad Bunny
Why you gotta
mixtape.
hate? Who? There's mad rap artists that paint their nails. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't mean
Salt,
that you-
Pepper, Spinderella.
No.
Cardi B.
Cardi B.
No, male rappers. Y'all need to just get off that old
Cardi B.
train.
No,
I bet
Okay,
Common paints his
before you
nails.
get
I bet
left.
Common paints his nails.
Common?
Okay.
Yeah, I bet
Nah,
he's.
I don't
I bet
think
he
Common.
paints his nails.
Nah,
You know,
There's a lot
Andre
of male
3000
rappers,
probably
and
paints
after
his
this,
nails.
I'ma find
You don't think
pictures
so?
and I'm gonna make Mr.
Andre?
DL
Pull up the picture.
put them up.
No, I don't know.
Put them up.
I just,
all right.
Those are those people that to my mind.
Anyway, why
Them
you
dudes is my mans.
unshining
Them
the
are my
current
mans.
king,
What?
Bad Bunny,
Hurricane G.
representando todos los boricuas out
Hold
there.
up. But nah, Bad Bunny.
Ooh,
Yeah,
all right,
Bad
all
Bunny's
right.
corn.
That's right. He's bad. He's a bad
See,
bunny.
Bad Bunny's for some bunnies. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
If
get
he was
the-
a vice lord, I wouldn't hate the bunny in part, but it can't be
Oh my
hard
God.
with the bunny. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
no, but he's-
The bunny.
he's-
You can be hard with whatever you are.
The
Yo,
bunny, though,
listen, Bad Bunny
Stop.
ain't happening.
Stop.
But if you
Rabbit.
like
At
him,
least-
though,
at
you
least
like
if it was
him.
rabbit, bad rabbit.
It's just
or
like
something
Fruit Loops.
Wow, it's a lot of haterade up in here.
Nah, we don't drink that. We just understand the truth. Yeah, Toto, yeah, Toto and shit, and Dorothy following the Yellow Brick Road. I mean, what I'm saying is like, it works how it works, man.
So you saw that you had another rap one?
Yeah, hold on, I lost that shit.
Did this isn't a political podcast, but did you see that politician from Texas get listen to it, man? He went to the baseball. He went to the World Series, and the guy was like, "Donald Trump called your wife ugly, and you voted for him."
He went to the. I think it was the game or the parade.
The parade. That's what it was. The
He went to
parade.
the
yeah.
parade that they were
Oh
celebrating that
my
they won
god!
the
I
World
thought
Series.
that was so funny.
And they were throwing beer at him.
Yeah, that's
The
not
Secret
good. That's not
Service
good.
had to like interfere.
Yo, this is the Danger Zone episode 42. You know what I mean? With Big Shug.
Mr. DL.
And Chef Tanya Nicole, welcome to the podcast.
And we got our man this week, Ras Kass. You know what I mean? West Coast and all
Oh, yeah.
that. You know what I mean? 1,000 grand, we here.
Cool.
So we jump from that. And so being from the West Coast too, when you listen to the other, like, you know, shit, like from the Bay and different people, like, like I say them rapping Forte and them that type of sound too, and E40 and all that. Were you listening to those different things as well?
Likely. No. No. I'm gonna tell you why. Because LA is a very first of all, California is big.
Of course.
We're very competitive. And there was a time where I didn't create this, but LA thought they was the West Coast. Like nobody else counted. Not the Bay, not Washington, not nothing, nigga. Like LA was West Coast. That's just the mentality. Like LA to a certain degree alienates counties around it. It's kind of like when niggas will be like, you know, New Yorkers. They'll be like, he from, you know what I'm saying? He from up north. He ain't from, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they say you from upstate. Oh, you from upstate.
Right.
Like you don't count. Tell that to Griselda.
They just started accepting Yonkers because the locks is there and you can't deny it.
And now Buffalo because of Griselda. Like they're giving their props. Yeah.
Right. So, because I was younger and I didn't grow up in the Bay, of course, Too Short was like legend. You know what I'm saying? So everybody knew Too Short. The older homies was playing Too Short. I knew more MC Shadi. I remember the homies was playing that. And that was I think Miami. Some things cut through, but it was a lot more regional. Period. It wasn't no internet, so I only knew what the homies really played, and I didn't have a sophisticated ear enough to go out and go learn other things. I mean, we knew they existed. I think 40 cut through that, but Short definitely did. You know, Spice Ones, Digital Underground, and certain people that cut through it because they just resonated so much in LA. But same thing with the EPMDs and and obviously the Gang Stars. There's certain people cut through and they rock him. You know what I'm saying? There's certain people that cut through where everybody, at least in LA, they played in the hood.
I'm gonna tell you, like when we were in the height of rolling through the '90s, like you just said, we was all over California. So we were gonna be in the Bay, we were gonna be in LA. I mean, that's how I know all of that. You know, I was out there with Rapping Forte and them, and we freestyling and shit, and they used to do this little dance called Chopping Game, right, where they dudes got real low and was doing some shit. It was crazy because I'm freestyling like how I know, then I turn around, don't see nobody on stage with me, right? And then I looked and they way down here doing this little dance. I can't do it no more, but they was doing this dance called Chopping Game, right? And then next week, we gonna be over here with Ice Cube, and then moving like in this direction. So that's how with my Cali thing, I was always around everybody. Just like here in the East Coast, because Gangstar was that group. So like motherfuckers, I mean, we in Europe it'd be the same, but go to Cali, we'd be at every side of California, man, fucking with niggas. It was dope. That's why, I ask questions like that. You look like you might want to say something. You want to say something? I don't know. You looking a little,
fight.
You looking a little funny in the face. Though you gotta say something.
Like, did you always know you wanted to rap, or was there ever a time in your career, or even when you were younger, that you had something else in mind for yourself?
Nah, I wasn't. I didn't plan on being a rapper. This was not my. It was not my plan. I was a visual artist. I used to draw, and I actually went to like the School for the Arts out here for it. So I did that, and then I fell in love with just like the hip hop side of it, the b-boying side of hip hop. So I did that. I never planned on rhyming until I wrote a rap I wrote a rap in Watts. The homie said I was completely whack, and it was horrible. And then that was cool. And I wasn't tripping because, like, again, I wasn't tripping off the rap shit. And then when I was about in the 8th grade, again, when I'm in the 8th, I should have been in the 6th grade. But long story short, I had a friend named Bird, and he had a Technique. No, I had a Technique 1200 because I would buy records. He had a Newmark mixer with a little sampler on it, and we put it all in my garage, and we would just do these stupid tapes to entertain our friends and diss each other. So, I mean,
y'all were real interested.
no, I mean, we was just on some stupid kid shit.
Wow,
like, you know, like we just go in and, you know, like I gotta go in my room, I'll be away, he be in the garage for an hour, you come back, then I go in, and then we're playing for our friends, and our friends will be like laughing, like, fuck your mama. Like, that'd be the name of the song, like dumb shit, dissing each other, whatever. And one time we made this tape, and my Bird's sister was dating this legendary DJ from LA, and his older sister. And Bird had the gumption to get a nigga the tape. I would have never gave this nigga this tape. Like we just looked up to him. So, you know what I'm saying? Like the fact that he even knew our, like, you know, cause he was from LA and he would come to Carson cause he was dating the homie's sister. And we was just scrubs, we was kids. And he gave the nigga the tape. Ironically, the nigga listened to it, which was even crazier. And then he came back and he said, he pointed to Bird and he was like, you got a good ear for music. And he was like, you can rap good. And he took us under his wing. His name is Battle Cat.
Sure.
And that's the game changer. Cat pulled us in, little kids and shit. And that was it.
Damn, so then it became the Ras Kass situation, huh?
Yeah, man. From there it was, you know, like it was crazy. Like Cat pulled me in my neighborhood in Carson. The Wino, who's the producer, rest in peace, Coolio. He produced all of Coolio's albums. So I'm still a juvenile. And in between Wino and Battle Cat and a few other people, they just allowed me. I didn't have no money. It was just like, you dope, nigga. Like, you could do this shit. Like, you dope. And then they allowed me to develop myself. So I'm always grateful. You know, I was young. I ain't got no brothers. I mean, I always kind of been my own man, but I'm always grateful. Like, niggas didn't put a dope sack in my hand. They didn't put a burner for me to go knock a nigga head off on some gang shit. Niggas put a mic in my hand and facilitated that shit. So I'm always grateful.
What was your name back then?
And I had no name. That was the funny shit. When I was trying to come up with a rap name, I just I'm a kid, so, and I'm the only boy, and I'm spoiled, so I got to eat a gang of cereal all day, or my mom would make breakfast all day. So I remember trying to come up with a name, and I was like, well, fuck, I eat a lot of cereal, so I was gonna be MC Cereal. Yeah, it's not good.
What'd you say earlier? You said little something, didn't you?
Like Baby John?
Yeah, did you say that?
That was just what they call me in the neighborhood.
Oh.
That wasn't your rap name. Got it.
Yeah, cause it ain't like you 4'11" or nothing, right?
No. You know, when I was a kid, I was a little, you gotta remember though, again, when I'm in the 6th.
You're ahead like by 2 grades.
So I'm already not the tallest dude. I'm 5'7", but think, you know, when you're a kid and you're not in that grade you're supposed to be, I really look little.
So
yeah, from 6 to 8. That's a big difference.
You 5'7" straight. You 5'7" now straight up.
Yeah, bad posture. I might be shrinking now.
Oh, the reason why I'm saying that to you because Guru was I don't know, he probably was 5'8", but he used to always, if you peep the songs, yeah, he would say I'm 5'8" and 3/4. Right, and that was my man. So I'd be like, yo, dog, fuck that 3/4.
If you're under 6 feet, it
You know
matters.
what I mean?
You get
Listen, when you're short, you gotta say it.
That's height racism, man. Don't do that to me.
Exactly.
You know,
Heightist?
hey, you know that's my
That's
man.
right, he's
Yeah,
a heightist.
You
I'm
know-
5'1" and a half.
Hey,
What's up?
You know my man, right? That was my
Come see
man.
me.
My brother, you know, I raised him in the game like that. And I used to be like, come on with that 3. Because before shit popped off, it was me and him. You know what I mean? And then you never like, yo, Suge, you know I'm 5'8" and 3/4. Then next, you know, I went to jail. I got locked up. When I got out a few years later, I seen the video before I got out actually, and I heard him say I'm 5'8" and 3/4. I said, yo, man, where you bought that shit from when I was locked up? You bought that. hey, yo, but one question I want to ask.
Ladies, you know the 3/4 matter.
You went, 3/4 size jumps. But anyway, hey, so when you went to school of art, though, right? Is that what you said? Okay, so I went to school of art. When you say art, do you mean with the hands or just various art? Like, because I went to school of fine arts for different things, you know.
Yeah, mine was everything. So they had the actors, they had the musicians, play the violin, and then they had the visual artists. So I went in for visual art. I could draw.
Okay. Because I went to a school called Elmer Lewis School of Fine Arts, but you had to, like, from 9 to 14, there was certain class requirements, you had to take them. So it's an open book. But I took clarinet, drama, you know what I'm saying, ballet, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Love them tights.
And it was...
He still does it.
It was, you know, that was what you did. You know what I mean? But it brought into horizon. When we was doing this shit, I was like, yo, man, this shit's bullshit. You know, and I went to this school like that, if School of Arts, Fine Arts, if you got a line, they could whip you and all that. You know what I mean? Your parents gave them that permission. So it was a discipline thing. It was crazy, but I never thought I would, you know, see the world and do all the things I did behind some of those arts I learned. You know, from a young black dude wasn't playing no clarinets. You know what I mean? And I was definitely want to take ballet, which it did help me, I believe, in my football days. But I mean, I just, you know, I respected just being exposed to that drama and all those different classes, man. Black in the inner city. So it was dope for me, man. You know, did you enjoy the experience?
I mean, well, the funny shit is with ours, it was called LACHA. It still exists. LA County High School for the Arts. So this high school is on the campus of Cal State LA. So all you do is your major, like every like you do your regular, you know, math, science, all that
Right.
shit.
In general.
And you do your major from, let's just say, like from noon to 4 o'clock. And every day there's a different part of your major. So as a visual artist, I might do sculpting on Wednesday, body painting on blah, 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 whatever, you know, whatever, Monday through Friday. But it was always funny because a lot of the visual artists were kind of introverted and nerdy. And so a lot of people thought I was a singer or an actor because I was a little more outgoing. And that was, you know, that kind of clued me in that I was a little bit different than all the people that drew. A lot of those people went on to be incredible marketers and artists and all that shit, and photographers. I ended up leaving. I wanted to just go to regular high school and be with my homies. Like puberty kicked in. I was trying to find cheerleaders.
He's like, where the girls at? I'm out.
I went to my regular high school, and it's crazy because then I ended up leaving there, you know, to go to a school because I was getting in trouble and shit. But the way I graduated
Not big shit.
was by going to this this program. You know what I mean? It was still going to your classes. But guess what? You know how you say you did your major, and then you got the rest of the day, whatever. So the name of this program was called Urban Studies, right? So your major is what? Can you guess? So urban, you know, the city, like around the city, right? So we went to 2 classes a week to do your you know, math, English type stuff and history, whatever. Two classes, that's it. 2 days. The rest of the week, you went on field trips around the city. So this is what I did that whole senior year, right? And I couldn't believe this was school either. I'm like, yo, I mean, we're going places just for the day. And you know, we was little, you know, bad dudes hustling, man, catching shit. And you know, these teachers used to tell us, man, go get your snacks. They give you the time to get the snacks, right? We 17. So at snack time, everybody go to the supermarket, the market out there, fill up, you know, on some free shit. And then we come back to this school, because I believe those teachers were misfits too. You know what I mean? So we come, for real, we come back to this school, and the teachers see you got these big ass boxes of donuts and huge bags of chips, and you know what I mean, and all this meat and different stuff. They're like, damn, we just go on the field trip. But they knew they let us do it every day. So it's crazy because, you know, I came through, but it was a crazy senior year up to go to school like that. You know what I mean? So what you smoking on right now? DL said, what you smoking on? It ain't like here.
Everybody learns different, and I think, you know, that's part of what's dope is offering, you know, kids different opportunities to learn how they learn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, for me, traveling has been my biggest teacher. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like books. A lot of people don't like books. Some people, you know, innately know how to do certain things. Some people have to pick it up some other way. So I'm always like, for me, like, I'm glad I went to that school for the art. It taught me that I didn't want to draw for the rest of my life because I didn't like people telling me when to draw. I drew because I wanted to. It was a way for me to express myself. And then b-boying became that expression. And then rhyming became that expression. You know, for me, it's yeah. Go ahead, King.
Was you break dancing or graffitiing or any of that shit?
B-boying. I was breakdancing.
Okay, yeah.
We didn't call it breakdancing like that. We called it kind of housing because it was the footwork and the dancing. But Far Side is older than me, but like I'd be out in the streets and I, knew Far Side and all of them. They was housing is what we called it. It wasn't like routines, like, you know what I'm saying, step with the other nigga and all that shit. It was still breakdancing. I was real gymnastic. Divine Styler, his people, the people that danced for Divine Styler, that was Scheme Team. So that was my older homies. A lot of them were like 20, 21. We was the younger niggas. We was called Dynamite Soul. Me, my homeboy Dax, my nigga D.I.'s, a few more of us. But most of us were like 16 again. 16. They 16, I'm like 14. Faking it. So I went from b-boying and I was really just enjoying that part of it. Wasn't really tripping off the rhyming, but I would correct other MCs, like raps I like. Like, oh, you should have said this here, it would have been doper. And that's kind of what probably led me with Battle Cat as a guide to like, well, what do you want to say? As opposed to like correcting somebody's bar, what do you have to say? And yeah, man, apparently I had something to say. I had some shit to get off my chest. So yeah, for me, it's therapy anyway.
Do you just rap or do you produce as well or no?
I produced a lot of my first album, some of my second album, and nowadays I'm going back into producing. I would sit around Dr. Dre once, I got those opportunities, and he actually acknowledged, he was just like, I'm a producer and not necessarily always like that guy. Yeah. I just hear melodies, I hear notes, I write top line. I could write a jazz record, I could write a pop record, I could write a bar record, I could write. I'm just a writer, and I see music up here. I just see the shit, and I can communicate. Like I sing like drowning a squirrel, but I can tell you the right notes. Like I can hit this key, all that
shit. Some people sing like you said, a drowning squirrel. And 50 Cent says some niggas sing like the Cookie Monster. So I don't know, you never know. But it gonna come out, it's gonna come out good.
You've worked with some of the biggest producers ever, Dr. Dre, Primo, RZA, right? RZA. Who knew you the best as far as a producer, from the producer standpoint? Like who just knew what you needed?
None of them knew me, and that's not true. Preem already knew me because of Coolio and Wino and the relationship that they had. So I would be at D&D on some bullshit, hanging with Guru, trying to go to the clubs. So I, MOP up in there, whatever. So and me begging, like bothering Preem, like, yo, I want a beat. Like when I get my deal, I want a beat. So Preem already knew me, but your first time with a legend, all three of those people you mentioned are legends. For me, I had one experience. I can't remember what producer I was around, but I was starting to gain a name for myself. And I went in the studio with that person, and I second guessed myself. I just got nervous. And what I realized was that I would never let that happen again. So if I ever got in there with a Preem or a Dr. Dre, I was gonna let the niggas have it so they understand who the fuck I was. And it's just it's a psych test, you just gotta psych it. Like you can't go to the, don't choke on the one, man. Don't fumble on the one. So for me, I just realized like I gotta know who I am, stay confident. I say all this in love and humility, but at the end of the day, like you don't go into the boxing. Any boxer that go in and come in second place is a fucking idiot. So when I go into the booth, I'm going in to let niggas know I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna fuck your beat up, homeboy. So I had to go in there and do that. And that's the blessing, is that they all came out. You know, my experiences with Preem, with Dre, with RZA, you know, even Kanye, whoever. Like when I go in, bro, I go for the jugular. And then I get nice when I come out. But I didn't go there to hang out. I went there to let niggas know that I rhyme real good. I don't give a fuck who you got in the room. I'll air that nigga out. That's the way I feel.
You know,
You have that reputation over here for sure.
It ain't favoritism in the booth. All the favoritism come with who sold the records or who dating the chick. I don't give a fuck about that. This shit called rap. It ain't called, you know, who got the biggest car or the biggest ring, nigga. This shit called rap. And I out rap niggas.
You know, at the end of the day, too, and like DL said, it was dope because, you know, some people just see stuff from a fandom aspect, but you literally chilling in there. Like, I've been around it myself, too, but Dre and, you know, and picking brains, doing shit, and Preem, and, you know what I mean? People look at that and they're like, wow, you know, they probably don't really know the magnitude because we're just moving through that, you know? You don't look at all the super greatness about a lot of the moves until, like, I don't know, years later or something, or that's for the next man to really observe. But it's still dope, man. It's still, you know.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I'm knowing it before I go in, but I can't go in there trying to take a million pictures. When it's time to take care of business, they gave me this opportunity to be there amongst them because they believe in what I can do. So my job is to show them that they didn't waste their time having me in here. So, you know, especially, what they say, you only get one time to make a first impression. So first time I got in there to rhyme with Primo, when he's saying, it's your turn, nigga. Like, you don't want to hear like, oh, well, you know, I'll have it ready. Nah, nigga, I went in there like, no, I'm ready, bro. Let's go, my nigga. Like, I've been begging you for this for fucking 3 years, bro. Like, I want to go. So when he gave me that opportunity, I felt like I didn't want to let him down or let myself down. Shit, honestly, and you can ask Preem about this. According to him, at that time when I did Golden Child, which is about 99, 2000, there was only 2 MCs prior to me that he said did a one-take Willie on a verse. Like, just perfect one time. That was Biggie, Nas, and I'm the only other nigga that did a one-take perfect first one time on a verse, period. Because I came there to get busy. I don't give a fuck about, no disrespect to everybody else, but that's out of Preem mouth. You can ask him that. Like, nigga, I came to get busy. So I came to show niggas what I could do. No fixing an ad-lib, no punch-in, nigga, one time. It's still on tape. That shit is out. That's the record. So, you know, even with Doc, all them people, man, it's just, I don't take it. I think when we take things for granted or get too wrapped up in the hype of it, it's like the people with the phone. Like when like you at a rap, you at a concert, your favorite artist, and you doing this because you too busy want to show yourself being at the concert.
Never gonna watch that footage.
You're not in the moment, people. Put the phone down.
You're never gonna watch that.
Right, you know, even with my friends, sometimes like I find myself doing it. I went to to the New York State of Mind tour. And, you know, it's fun being in the bag. You get to talk shit and get free food and see what you hang with your homies and all that shit. But I went with Fredro from Onyx, and one of the cool audibles that he called, he was like, nigga, I want to see this show, nigga. And we went out from the back and went up in the stands, got a great point of view and rocked out and saw the show. And I really did appreciate that more than just hanging in the back all night. You don't really see the show. Like, I got the experience with the people. That shit was dope. That shit was classic.
You know the dope thing about that, because I went as well, and I came, you know, could have went in the back, whatever, but you know, I just didn't. That's me. I like to go out in the crowd a lot anyway, but it's crazy because you know, like Wu-Tang, Nas, Busta, all that's the same era, them 90s, you know, when we was rocking and doing our shit as well, and everybody was ascending. So the doper thing to me is about not even being, I'm somewhat visual, but not being like how it was then, but all through that crowd. You know, everybody was like, Big Suge, oh, you know what I'm saying? And that shit made it so dope because it was like, it was dope to watch the show, but these motherfuckers are going on the era. They're not going like they see me every month or whatever, like, and they taking pictures and all that. Like, I performed, you know, telling me, oh, you should do the militia tonight and shit like that. But it was just dope to be amongst it, but then still getting appreciated, you know what I'm saying, by the fans like that. It was dope, man. That shit was, you know. Did you have something you want to say? Because you look a little sweating around the face.
You have, you're part of my history in a small way. My first concert I ever booked was you. I booked you in 2005 in Boston. It was you and Slaine as the headliners. That was the first concert I ever booked in my life.
I was gonna say, what's up, man? We got some history.
Yeah, and then I don't know, like 2 years ago, I put out that record with you and Hectic. You know,
exactly.
So, but I just wanted to know if you remember that. I'm gonna show a picture of the flyer from that concert. But I wanted to know, like,
I'd love to see this flyer.
I'm gonna show it, and I'll send it to you.
In post-production?
In post-production.
It's already up there, y'all. There that flyer go. Oh, shit, that shit's crazy. I remember that flyer. There we go. But shouts out to Slaine, too, man. That's my guy.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you like better? I know you've had a few groups in your day, but what do you like better? Doing a solo song where the pressure's on, or doing the group projects where all you really got to do is, like you say, just rap your ass off? Like, what is...
that's a good question. I've never even thought about it. Every group that I was attached to served a different purpose. And so I actually was very grateful to what they allowed me to do. Like, Horseman it's kind of like the precursor to Slaughterhouse. So it's just a bar out. And it was posted, we finally got the album out right during COVID, but it's a little more conceptual. The Horseman was. It was supposed to be literally, what you call them? Revelations in the Bible. It's the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse from a biblical standpoint. That's literally, so I do a lot of reading, and one of the songs on Soul on Ice is On Earth as It Is in Heaven. I do a lot of theological, trying to relate that to like, not even metaphysical, but just using like religious iconography. Yeah, there we go. Religious iconography to relate it to regular social issues. And Golden State is more of being a little more hood, little more to my roots as a West Coast MC. And then the last thing that I did do was JMO Gang, which really is me kind of just being a little more nerdy and having more fun. So, I mean, a lot of people, well, I'll answer your question. To answer that question, I enjoy all of them. They're different facets of the same personality of me. I'm smart. I'm stupid as fuck. I respect women. I like to have sex with new girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that we're all walking hypocrisies. Most niggas market this one thing. Oh, I'm the hustler rapper. Oh, I'm the killer. Oh, I'm the trapper. Oh, I'm the crip. I'm the blood. Oh, I'm the black man that loves all the black people. Like, nigga, something's got to give. That's why I never like listening to rap where niggas sell me this one-dimensional version of themselves. Even niggas be trapping on every record. I'm like, my nigga, you don't take a shit. You gonna buy a burger. 10 songs you trap. What? How the fuck did you, if you trap this hard, how did you find time to fucking write a rap, my nigga? Like, you should be trapping. Because that's what you say you do all the time. R&B nigga, I love you, girl. Like, nigga, you don't love your mommy because you love somebody else other than this bitch that you keep telling me about. My nigga, like, I don't like one-dimensional music. I like shit.
You seem to have a lot of problems in that relationship.
What I try to do is the dichotomy of a human. I deal with insecurity. I deal with pain. I deal with happiness. I deal with frustration. I deal with loss. Because I'm trying to be. It was probably to my loss because my company didn't know how to market it. I was trying to sell people truth of a human instead of selling them the one dimension they want to see. Oh, everything's funny or everything's hard. I'm gonna kill you all the time. Like, come on, my nigga. Life ain't like that. So that I hope that answered it.
I relate to that a lot, just for the fact that, I've always been someone that rap, but the perception was always, hardcore, still is. And then, of course, you've grown a lot over the years, but then I sing as well. So therefore, it's like, you're bringing two different elements that normally someone wouldn't expect. Now it's commonplace, but I've been doing it a long time, and it's different because it's like a soul singing as opposed to just being catchy. Like I'm in the moment, jazzy or soul, whatever. So I know how it is to combine both. But we got a question that we usually don't let be. We all want to know your 10 favorite MCs. Your 10 favorite MCs. Your 10 favorite MCs.
I can't answer that because, and it's not being political. I'm a fan of so many people, man. I think it becomes an injustice. It's just an injustice to a lot of people, man. I mean, I can name to you some people that are high on my.
So let's do that.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
good.
That's what it is.
Give us 10 of them guys.
Top 10. It's just 10.
Because I got 100, but I mean,
Just give us them.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with. I'm trying to find people that's off the beaten path a little bit that don't get their credit as much. Because people always name the same guys, and that gets played out. I think G-Rap, Cool G-Rap is incredible.
Yeah.
He started that gangster shit. I love it. He didn't start it, but that nigga mastered it. G-Rap is incredible. LL Cool J. He's the coolest. The nigga's like Drake before Drake, but still hard. I don't know how he pulled it off. When I actually analyze what he pulled off, like, and nigga would battle and diss niggas and win and still make a love song. Nigga just pulled it off. He's a ill nigga. I'm gonna go Andre 3000.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with
Gatorade.
I'm gonna go with I'm trying to find people off the beaten path. Nowadays it's socially cool to say Black Thought, but I've been knowing that Black Thought is one of the nastiest.
You've been the truth since it was told.
Yeah, man. I'm trying not to pick low hanging fruit.
Only 7 more of them joints.
Shit. Fuck, man. Shit. I'm going with Q. He is the foundation of lyrical West Coast rap, in my opinion. Pun, Nasty, Patterns, Pharoah Monch.
Who was that?
Big Pun.
Fine, okay.
Big Pun. Pharoah Monch, he's on the shirt, so I guess that's the reason why I wore this shirt today.
He's dope.
Yeah.
He's cool. Shout out to Found Monch.
I love that.
4 more.
And then 4 more. I'll go with the easy ones. The Nas. Nas is incredible. I think KRS-One, I'm not gonna leave him out at all. And I can't leave out Big Daddy Kane. And I can't leave out Rakim. So there we go. But then for good measure, I needed to, Twister, Redman. There's so many nasty MCs, man. It's just not fair.
we know. That's why it's like we go past 5, but we go, to 10 because it's just giving the play because we know all these years there's so much greatness. You know what I'm saying? But
Kizza, Raekwon, Ghostface. I mean,
Yeah, it's not to take away from anybody else.
one thing about
like, it's too many, man. It's too many nasty.
Yes.
And one thing about when someone says who your favorite MCs are, it's never gonna be no whack shit or I don't care who it is or who you're from. The people that you mentioned, it's not, maybe no offense but offense. Like you're not gonna get no one on the show that's gonna say Magoo was one of my favorite rappers. You know what I mean? Do you know who Magoo is for Timbaland?
I know. I like Magoo as a human. He's a great human.
You hear what you said? You said I like him. That's cool. But I'm talking about you're not gonna hear someone say this was one of my favorite MCs. You know what I mean? And I got quite a few people, where people just didn't take it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, which we know whether someone thought someone was whack or not. You know what I mean? Because I come from an era in time too that because I'm Ras Kass man, and I might have said 2 words on the record, I'm gonna get a deal. Like that's what was going on during my shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your shit could have been Ras Kass, and your man could have been Cass, and he was getting a deal. It was crazy. It was the Midas touch. He rapped like they all gonna rap. Even when something, it kept on going up to even when Royce, shout out to Royce 5'9", said that like, oh yeah, basically this is Eminem's man, whatever too, and he's nice after listening to them or something, and said, just give him $1 million. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, it's just it's crazy, but it's real, and we always get the good people. You know, to make a long story a little longer than it's supposed to be, it's great. We just like to hear it. You know what I mean?
You got a question, Chef Tizzle?
No, go ahead.
He think because I'm little, I won't fight him.
Don't forget your train of thought.
And I'm from the Bronx.
Hey, yo, they always forget. Don't forget your train of thought. Say what you gonna say.
Well, I'm gonna
the reason
fight
why I'm
you.
saying,
That's my train of thought.
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
That's
See,
right.
good.
It is
Stay
la
right there.
zona del peligro.
Yeah, Selena or whatever. But no, I sell pericos. But yo, anyway, yo, huh? No, in jail.
Where's the Vaseline?
Yo, in jail, this one dude said, this is the fighting. They was Spanish cats, and dude in jail, dude got a boricua. Dude would be like, to the other dude, right? The other dude be like trying to fight him, and he called him puerco. I said, yo, why you always saying this, man? This motherfucker get mad as shit. And then he was like, yo, because it meant that he was a little pig. You see what I'm saying? And I didn't know that, but I see it every day. Like we be out. Yeah, but you know the way they say it, he was just be all quick. I'm like, yo, why you keep doing that shit to that dude? And we in jail, like, so you know, we wasn't no kiddie camp. This shit was some real shit. And I'm hearing these motherfuckers, or like I told them before, just when you get locked down, the cells are closed. You would hear motherfuckers just say Boricua, and then they start speaking Spanish to each other, right? And I was like, yo, for a long time, my first few months or so, I was like, damn, so this shit must be some, like, basic, because I can't see you. We're all locked in, but you could talk. So you probably like knowing where these motherfuckers is at. And it was crazy because everybody speaking Spanish, so they got their whole old little shit. But it's like, yo, my nigga. And then you like say, yo, I'm in. Right? Them motherfuckers Boricua. I was like, what? And then they talk for mad long, you know? And then you always got them ignorant ass motherfuckers in jail too. Yo, shut the fuck up, right? You know what I mean? But motherfuckers had their own little circles, man. That shit was dope to me.
Well, I mean the circle.
Yeah, I mean.
All right, what were we trying to say again? I forget what it was. No, you didn't say it yet.
Oh, I didn't say it either. Hold up.
Oh, you had a question?
No, I didn't. No, I always have more. I always have more to say because.
Oh, he sure does.
Because I'm Mike 1. But anyway, but listen. No, remember when I told you hold on for the train of thought? I said this is the part of the show when he goes, Chef Tissel, you got anything to say? And she goes, well, actually. So then that's when I say, oh. But go back to where you was at.
All that.
That was very long.
Joke.
It was dope though. It was like.
Hopefully it will make the editing cutting floor.
If it doesn't, it will when I die. But go ahead.
I just wanted to say, you mentioned, you've traveled to a lot of places. What's your favorite place that you whether it hit you because you had an experience that you were performing there or it was something that outside of performing you enjoyed?
Oh, man. Shit. I really liked, I almost moved to Portugal. It's really dope. It shit is lit. And they got a hip hop community. It's hip hop everywhere. That shit is everywhere. I love personally Cape Town, South Africa. That shit looks like it looks like Malibu on steroids, huh?
It's what on steroids? I'm sorry.
Like Malibu times 10. That shit is beautiful. The water's blue as fuck. They got this shit, Step Mountain. Niggas be fucking, I wouldn't do it, but they be like skydiving off that shit. That shit is lit. This shit is dope. It's beautiful as fuck.
You ever been to Singapore?
You know what? My Asian game stops at Japan. So that I'm still looking to go. Oh, Australia's lit. But yeah, I haven't got over it yet.
Yo, Australia, listen. Real quick story. We was on tour over in Australia. So Melbourne, Sydney we went to. What's another one? Hold on now. Take a minute, but then we flew from
Thor would be very upset with you.
I know. Well, we flew to Auckland, New Zealand while we were out there. The whole little tour.
I haven't been.
We was on a tour bus.
Perth, Gold Coast, Sydney.
Perth, yeah. All that shit.
Brisbane.
Heineken had put on the tour. So we on a tour bus though, and that made me think of some other shit. Dudes rented.
Stay focused.
They rented 2 scooters and shit. You know what I mean? But you know that's the opposite side of the road over there.
Oh boy.
Yo, shout out to Gordon and Gary Franklin. Y'all know what the fuck was up. And they was riding on the other side, but they couldn't get it. First one dude brought the shit back. Nah, I can't do it. Then the other one came back right after him. Cause the opposite side, we over in Australia, they like, yo, we gonna make this man now.
It messes with your head.
Oh yeah, it's not, you gotta, you know, but me, what happened with me, we were
I can't do it.
we was on the tour bus, right? Yeah, oh yeah, that was already. Yo, that shit was already. But the crazy thing about it was, I was on a tour bus and I saw an Aboriginal person. You know, the Aborigine.
It's called an
people.
Aborigine.
Yeah, but I saw, and I knew the history. Yo, I was like, yo, stop the bus. And I got off. You know what I'm saying? And I talked to this dude for like more than an hour.
I bet your peoples were not happy about that.
No, we was cool because I wanted to know the history. I knew the history, but I seen a real. I only seen them in the books.
Yeah.
Like I seen a real dude. I said, oh shit. So I got off. I talked to him. He drank, and it'd be funny too because they look with that different, unique look they got, but they speak with that Australian accent. So the shit was all some shit. I'm like, yo, and the dude was deep, and I bought him some liquor though. That's something prevalent. There's a lot of drinking goes on in there too. And, and their whole dude explained this whole shit to me. But I bought him some shit. We sat right there for like more than an hour. Now we got a show later and all that, but that didn't matter to me because I was like, yo, I read about these people. You know what I mean? For real. And I was like, yo. And then you don't know, too, coming up in school, if these people were real. Because I read about it. Then I actually see this guy, and I'm like, oh,
they're some of the oldest people in the world because when I was like reading about all that, like where man came from, started from Africa, one of the first places they went before they even went to Europe, they went to Australia. So, and then Europe England specifically turned Australia into like a prison sometime in the 1600s.
Yeah, they call it Devil's Island. They emptied out the jails and pushed the indigenous people, the Aboriginals, into the water. And then put them all up in the middle. It's an island, but they got all the coastal land.
Yeah,
colonization at its finest. You know how that shit works.
I mean,
yes, sir.
We get to, history is what history it is, but it's good to still, like with me, I just always want to know. You know what I mean? It's important for me to know, if anything else. So in Australia, I'm telling you, I actually had some dope ass seafood there too. You know what I mean? I had fish and all that over there. Australia's beautiful. It's just them 20-hour flights, though.
Yeah, that's the wild
flights
shit.
Be like, you go to sleep, wake up, watch a movie, dance, go to sleep, wake up, still got 7 hours to fucking go. That shit
sounds like the pre-party before the party.
I would do it again. Onyx just went. I think they got back last week, and then I think Exhibit and them going in January or February. So I think I'm going in February too. I love it, man. I've met some cool people. I've only been to Adelaide, Sydney, and I think one other place. But yeah, I want to see it all because in the middle they have, like in the outback, they have like some ritual stuff, with just when they cook and all that. And I got invited to actually go do that, to go break bread with the Aboriginal people. I'd love to go do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I ate kangaroo while I was out there. That shit was fire too.
Sure, I seen that on the menu. I'm gonna have to say, Cash, somebody had to say I didn't eat that. But I did see it on the menu out there when I was out there.
I watch a lot of like food channels on
yeah, I was gonna ask you, what was the most interesting thing that you ate out there that you enjoyed, or maybe that you didn't enjoy?
Everywhere I go, I eat what the people eat. Because the first time I went to Japan, I was closed buying little LA niggas.
I'm going to the airport.
I would say I ate horse in Amsterdam.
Wait, who?
I had horse in Amsterdam. They eat horse. Spanish eat horse. I ate bugs before.
Me too. When I went to Mexico, I ate some bugs.
That's right.
I ate the bugs. I think the Thai. like a Thai or a few other different countries eat bugs.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, and then I think the other strange thing, just the kangaroo, the root, the steak, and then they cooked it the way like in the ground type shit.
Okay.
That shit was fire though.
What would you say it resembles? Like if you're gonna describe it to somebody.
Kangaroo is like, I mean, it's like a steak. It's cut like a steak. So
Oh no.
Is it like a fatty meat or they kind of look lean?
no. Very muscular. That's why I didn't like horse. It was like way too, like horse is just too. It ain't no fat. It's just straight lean.
Does it have like a gamey taste to it?
Or red. It's kind of gamey, but the kangaroo wasn't gamey. Like
Wasn't gamey?
Like
Kind of, okay, I think I could eat kangaroo then.
Oh, venison.
Because I'm not really a gamey kind of person.
it was good. I tried the horse twice, and the horse I couldn't fuck with. But
That's some World War II. That's some World War II battlefield.
So
meal.
boom, we out in Spain. Now, check out this story. It's like both sides. We're in Spain, man, and so they said, CNN used to be that channel you watch, even still now, to see English.
CNN.
You know what I mean? That's sometimes that might be the only English channel that's on the TV. Now we can do our computers and all that. But I'll be, watching CNN. That's how I learned so much shit worldwide that was going on. That was crazy. And this one was they were killing horses to eat. You know what I mean? And they was doing shit. This was on the TV.
Delicious.
They was doing shit like put them in these narrow. They walk them into the
Kind of like they do cows.
they walk them in a narrow, stall. And some of them they were doing the electric prod right in the middle of the forehead, and they were just dropping. I was like, "What the fuck?" I never seen none of that. And then another one, they had a bunch of small little dudes with these big ass mallets and cracking them over the head. Like,
Okay.
This shit is like bong. So now, 2 days later, we go do this festival and shit. So they said we got meat lasagna and we got a vegetable lasagna. So I'm like, all right, let me get the meat. We all ordering the meat, pause. And so then we all got it. And then before we even eat, somebody says the guru, I guess the cook dude, whatever, was like, Gordon, biggest score, shout out to biggest score, was like, that lasagna is horse, right? And we all like, that's still, we was like, I don't eat pork, horse, carrot, you know what I mean? So dudes was like, fucking horse, I ain't eating that shit. We all pushed the shit to the front and ordered the vegetable. There was one dude in the crew. Crew,
he was like, let me try.
who had 4 of them horse joints.
Oh, 4.
Right? And that's DJ Premier.
Oh, snap.
Because he liked to eat. That motherfucker,
Me
Four
and DJ
Horsemen.
Premier, we can go out.
he was like, I'll take yours. I'll take yours.
The Four Horsemen.
Basically, I was like, what's up?
Honestly, I can't say I don't like it until I try it.
I just,
That's all I gotta
this
say.
thing's like
We used to eat horse.
Things could be delicious that I still want to eat though.
I mean, the thing you gotta always, what I try to remember is that every culture eats what they got. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of cultures ain't got, we sit around and eat a whole bunch of pigs. And obviously, I stopped eating swine, once I got knowledge itself. So that 30-some years ago or something. But, some people, if all you got is horses and you ain't got no cows, then you gonna eat horse because you gonna eat.
And listen,
So
It's like Survivor. If you want a Survivor, nobody would judge
But you can't ride a pig into battle. You know what I'm saying?
my what I've been taught, I try to unlearn it because I'm in somebody else's culture, and the great way to understand somebody's culture is to break bread with them. So I like to just eat what the people eat.
Yeah,
One
and
of the
sometimes
biggest-
you like it and sometimes you don't.
one of the biggest problems with me is I'm not that dude, but I've been all around the world, everywhere, about 6-7 times. So I remember, man, it's funny you say that. You try to eat where they eat at. So I'm in Taiwan. I'm already big as hell anyway, because they like, Taiwan was wild. They had like 4 family members on the scooter. Like, it was some crazy shit, like, and overpacked with bikes, like motorcycles and shit.
Overpacked with people.
Yeah, it was wild. So I'm big as hell walking around all like, King Kong and shit. And so I knock on
Square's a
everybody's
park
door to go to the mall, because I want to go to the food court. I'm not fucking with this room service. I'm going to go to the food court. I go to the food court, Ain't nobody in there basically. Everybody in there is Taiwanese basically or what have you. And I walk in and I'm trying to look. You know, the food court look just like ours. Like it's regular, you know. But I'm looking back to see what the food is. I'm like, yo, because you know you only need to know 2 things. Is it chicken or beef? You know, you might want to ask that. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, yo, is that chicken? Or is that, and they go, beef. I said, yo, that's beef? Shit grayer than a motherfucker. I'm like, damn, I can't fuck with that. So,
Oh man.
so now I go to the next one. And I go, yo, what's that? You said, you know, they look at each other, you know. I said, you don't know what that is?
They might not.
They might not know English.
They might not.
They might not know English, but then they're looking at each other. Then one of them goes, I was like, oh.
Dope.
So that's like sheep? All right, so now I'm bugging because I'm a little finicky with that shit. So then this little kid comes up to me and he pulls on my shirt, right? And I'm right now, I'm like, damn, I can't eat this shit. I don't even know what this is. You know what I mean? And this little kid comes and pulls on my shirt and he points across the mall. And you know McDonald's is right there, right?
Make sure we're saved.
Yo, the whole food court, all of them was laughing. You see, comedy is universal. So like I'm telling you, these motherfuckers is laughing when they seen it. You could see me say to the kid like, "Yo,
thank you,
I'm
good looks."
And I wasn't even a big like fast food dude like that.
Oh, you would be that.
But when I went overseas though, in the earlier times, it was, yo, I mean, I would be like, I gotta find it. Overseas still got the colonel. The whole man. His ass still standing outside.
The whole man.
He's standing outside the KFC overseas. So
in Asia, they love KFC. It's one of the top fast food joints.
Hey, one more
for
before
real.
I jump off. I was in Istanbul.
Constantinople.
Istanbul. That shit sound wild. And I'm at the airport, and I look around. I'm like, oh shit, it's Popeyes.
Oh boy.
So I'm in Istanbul, and I'm at Popeyes. So, you know, I just want to say, well, okay, me and Jay Rue, shout out to my brother Jay Rue. We walk over there, you know, and I'm like, yeah, let me see, because you got to look. Because sometimes they got that one person that speaks English, but everybody else don't. And they don't know nothing about the goddamn chicken or nothing. So you don't know what they, you got to see if, no, you got to see if they making it right.
Oh, okay.
So the chicken was straight, but the biscuits was fucked up. I was like, hey, yo, I want some shit in Istanbul. Telling motherfuckers behind the counter, listen, y'all don't know how to make the biscuits.
I'm sure they appreciate it.
You can make the chicken, but this shit look like, it was some, yeah, they didn't get there yet, man, right? So I'm like, yo, you know, but anyway, man, yo.
Now that we off your biscuits.
Yeah, man, I mean, yeah, off the biscuits. But listen, well, you know, we glad, first and foremost, you know, we glad that you came through, man. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you very much.
I mean, we appreciate it. I mean, once we once you recognize and said, let me take a look at this message. Oh, let me call these dudes back. Then, you know, we was blessed. You know what I mean? We was like, okay. Nah, but you know, because some dudes, it's just like the majority of people, they come. The majority, man, on the love or what have you, come on the show. But then you got a couple, you know, and dudes know me, but you got a couple dudes that it's the funniest shit where you just can't say I can't do it, like, or whatever. Like you can just say that. Don't be like just making up shit, like, you know, or just not, you know, it's crazy. Like, oh, I'm gonna let you know. Nah, you don't, dude, this is us, what we just did now. We chopped it out with Ras Kass.
We won't cry
Had
over
a good time, you know what I'm saying? Like,
definitely.
And got, you know a little bit more, man. It's like we in the living room right now, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we appreciate you all.
Breaking bread with us.
But, well, go ahead and break that bread you like to break, like the end piece.
That's right, the culito.
Yeah.
Culito.
That's the best part, the little ass.
The poquito, the drink or holiday drink. Oh, go ahead.
Anyway, we just want to know, what are your socials so people out there can get in touch with you and
listen to your
shit. Projects, what you're doing.
Cool. You can reach me at everything is Ras Kass. Is just spell it right. RASKASS or RAS_KASS. And just be on the lookout what we got next coming. Working on executive producing a few projects, and then the next thing that I'm dropping, it'll be next year. We got this project called The Gutter, Guttr. So shouts out. It's all produced by Havoc from Mobb Deep, and it's starring RJ Payne and myself with some guest appearance MCs.
Damn, that's dope.
Yo,
Lyrical shit right there. No, for sure.
No,
Because they're
Yeah, we'd
both.
love to have you back.
Yo, but listen, that shit is dope too, right? But you gotta remember too, right? It's funny we said about Coolio and shit like this. So Coolio was our man. Like you hung out with him a lot, and we was rocking when they was doing that with LV, the Gangsta's Paradise thing, right? And yo, so because LV used to be on them, we performed a lot of them same shows. That's when in them Gangstar shows, I would sing some shit live, but you had to come to the show to see that type of shit. So people didn't really know that. But LV was there that day, Coolio, and they was like, yo, damn, that shit was like you could tell, everybody, even Tupac who peeped it, or people would peep it, LL, whoever it was, it'd be like, oh shit, yo, you get at it, right? But so it always made me think like, damn, at some point, it's just that one song. I do some shit, but there's that one song where I'm just gonna do that soulful hook or whatever, that's deep, like how that shit was, is strong, you know what I'm saying? So you niggas get to that hump, man, holla at me, man. That's some different. I ain't even talk about rap. I just wanna blaze that out.
Yeah, Mr. DL will do the video.
My wheels was turning already. Chill. I'm at you, bro.
Rip.
I'm gonna take you back 20 years with this one. How do I get there? That was 20
that
fucking
little
years ago.
That stupid kid, Razzie Kazzy. Wow. That was all right, man.
I do it all, Big Sugar. I do it all. Never say no until you tried it at least twice.
Yeah, you gonna post that pic? You gotta show him that pic in the like.
Oh, he definitely gonna show it.
Yeah, I'll show it for sure.
Which one?
I just showed a pic out there. Yeah.
When you were 12?
We were
20 years ago.
21, maybe.
And they both look good.
Yo, even the
With a T at the end.
Yo, even the picture with me and you, like them shits, you look young as hell.
Yeah, that's a different type of picture.
Me?
Yeah. Remember you had that was bandana.
Bandana D.
Bandana D.
Bandana
That's
D, yeah.
real. I was about to say the same shit. Bandana D. Yo, appreciate you, brother. Thanks for
So
stopping
much.
through.
Thank you.
All right. Peace. And like, yo,
Salute, one love, y'all.
Don't forget that what I told you. 'Cause I'm really on that like that. You know what I mean?
So he can sing.
All right, baby.
Peace.
All right, peace, y'all.
I got this couple of sports ones, but go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
All right, so I wanted to start with I think a stupid as hell alumni, Brittany Griner, apparently.
That was gonna be one of my sports ones. Go ahead.
Oh, we'll start with that then.
Yeah, go ahead. That's-
So Brittany Griner got sentenced today, or moved off to a Russian labor camp, and
Say call.
what is it? I forget.
Penal colony.
Uh-oh.
Never heard
She's
that
not gonna
shit.
like that.
I knew that was fucked up.
From what I heard about her, she's
Yo,
not gonna like that.
That's a lot of labor.
Yo, but when they said that though, I never heard of that. Penal colony. So you know what that is just by fucking hearing. You're like, wow. And the thing about it, her family and lawyers don't know where that's at. They won't know for at least a couple of weeks. Imagine that shit.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was gonna bring it up as well, but all you guys that travel and do whatever, like I did it for years, man, right? And I still do. Yo, know what the fuck the laws are, whatever, wherever you go, man. Because
It's Google now.
I feel bad for her. I do, because she's human. But damn, just think. At one point, she was finishing the season to go back home to her family. And on the next minute, 1 minute time, now you've been over there. How long has that shit been? It's been
At
quite
least
some
been
time.
A year already.
Yeah, and now you got served 10. Now, the government also said, the White House, they also let out a statement, said that they're working on, her case and to try to get her home. But man, just know that where you're at. Like Singapore, when I asked Ras Kass about Singapore.
You mean in the future when you ask him in the future?
Oh yeah, well. But you know what I'm saying? So you go, all those laws and stuff are on the airport in Singapore.
So there's nobody to educate, since you're an artist, there's no one there to educate you to be like, okay, Big Suge, in this.
Listen,
okay.
this is what I'm saying. In Singapore, this shit is if you can read, then
That's
you
a
should
big
be all
if.
right? But there's a list that tells you if you spit out here in public, you're going to jail for 90 days.
So
if
none of
you
that
do
nasty shit that you men
Yo,
fucking do with your nose.
Yo, silly
Nobody want to
shit.
see that.
Yo, I swear to God, like little urinate in public, even though you might be hiding behind something, they see you, you're going to jail right then. Like 6 months, some dumb shit.
They can
So
cane you, right? Is
I,
it
yeah,
silent
no,
that they cane
no,
you?
Hong Kong is the chain,
Okay.
one of them. But I said to I was getting an interview with MTV Europe, and I said to them like, damn, how do y'all live over here? Because forget smoking weed or coke or any of that stuff, you going to jail for mad long.
Yeah.
So it's just too much. It was beautiful. Geographically, everything you see was just, it looked like a movie town. But that's why. Because you do anything outside the box, your ass
Not
get
everybody has
locked.
to be,
No.
coked up or high.
No, but you might want to spit. You know?
No, I
you know?
don't.
Well, some people do.
I don't.
Some people might have a piece of gum and spit out
Go
their
to
mouth.
go to the public bathroom. Thank you.
Yeah, right. People go, oh shit, I gotta spit. Where's the bathroom?
So it looks like they're not budging, and she's probably gonna go break rocks literally for fucking 10
That's
fucking
It's
years.
a labor
it ain't
camp.
gonna. I don't believe that's gonna happen.
You don't think so?
Nah, she won't do that whole shit.
Hope not.
You know?
That's fucked
Yeah,
up.
look, remember we sat here and said that, and I told you that.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
ain't keeping
Like I get it. Put her in jail. I think she's been over there long enough, to be honest with you.
Me too. boy.
Way longer. I feel like 6 months was probably that was good. 6 months. I mean, I think it's all stupid, but
Why?
if you're gonna arrest her,
That's because you just think about the laws here, but think
Yeah.
about if you're a citizen in Russia
No.
and you're like, oh, she gets to be off because she's an NBA star.
No.
But if I do that shit, I'm locked up.
here's the way I would look at that.
we-
No, I see your perception, but here's the way I would look at that. Yo, that's what we doing right here. Like, this is our shit. Look at them motherfuckers were spending rubles when we were spending money. So, I mean, we ain't doing that. I don't give a fuck. I didn't fuck them rubles. But that's what they was doing. So, let her, you know what? If you want to do anything, export, just get rid of her. Like, just don't let her come back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it. Let her go over there and you can't come back here. You know what I'm saying? Do that shit, man. Don't be just keep what you keeping her for. You know what I'm saying? That's like stupid.
it's been
man.
a long time.
I
Like,
don't
all
know.
right.
Maybe they're running low on labor camp people.
Nah,
out
they're
in
running.
Russia.
They're running low on valuable
'Cause they all out in the
assets to
military.
keep in their country while shit's going on in the world. Like,
Yeah, have the attention on
I'm gonna
them
keep
with
keep
that.
this famous American
That's
over
called
here.
an ace.
Ace in the hole.
In the hole.
Like it is.
That's
Like
what that
unfortunately,
is.
she's a pawn. Unfortunately,
Of course.
for her in a bigger picture, they just got her and we're like, well, this lady's famous. We're keeping this
And it's,
bitch.
it is bringing attention to that bullshit.
Yeah.
So, but also in the sports, the Brooklyn Nets have a lot of problems. But Kyrie Irving was suspended for 5 games.
What'd he do?
Well, it was for anti-Semitic, supposedly propaganda that he posted on his Instagram or what have you.
movie he
social
watched on
media.
Amazon or something.
Now,
What kind of movie?
it had to do with almost like a black educating people, like just like people know the history of I guess it was something that was propagated on Jews, blacks, and treatment of people. So this is what he posted there. Now he never actually said nothing, but you put it there, you're gonna take the weight for it. So then they want him to apologize, and he did apologize because if he felt if any Jewish people or when anyone was offended, he apologized for that, but he didn't apologize for really putting that up, because he wasn't the one who wrote it. That's what he continuously said. And I think sometimes they miss the fact
It's art.
what he's saying. He's not saying.
Yeah, I'm
I
kind
agree.
of questioning too. Yes, I respect your belief. I didn't mean to hurt you, but it's just something like a movie I saw or a book I read.
Yeah, like if I shared Schindler's List, would they have the same? Would they have the
Well,
same
Like, that's what I'm
argument?
asking.
Well, that's the
I didn't see the movie in question, so I don't really have an opinion on it either way.
That's the similarity, what you just said. And you would say in this world, because him being who he is and a black person, a lot of times that is a lot different. It just is. And but still, he retracted that. He apologized for that.
And he was riding the heels of the Kanye West
Of
drama,
course.
so
Well,
people
all
are
this-
up really higher on alert.
And plus, you have Adam Silver, who is the boss essentially in the NBA. He's the commissioner, so he's got to come down and be like, "Yo, fuck this." Listen, he plays for this squad. Now, listen, Brooklyn Nets. If you notice, they fired their coach.
Yep.
They We're about to hire Ime Udoka that was suspended from the Celtics.
I thought they did. Oh shit.
No, so we'll get to that. But Kyrie has been suspended. And now, before he could come back from suspension, they want him to apologize and condemn the movie. Pay $500,000 donation to anti-hate causes, sensitivity training, anti-Semitic training, meet with RDL Jewish leaders, meet with Joe Say to demonstrate understanding. These are all the things they want him to do. Basically, like, this is what it is, boy.
This is how you make amends.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a little over excessive because, and I don't think he'll have to actually do that because the NBA has their
$500 million for a tweet?
Player representative.
yeah, they have their governing. So whereas like that thing doesn't even like that's to make them do all of that. Like that's pretty much. So we'll see how that plays itself out.
$500,000 for a tweet. You thought $8 a month for Twitter was a lot.
And you know that's not for him, but I mean still at the same time, for them to have you do all of that. Like we know Kyrie just like Kanye. There's only a certain Kyrie's not even to me on the level of that crazy shit spewing at times like Kanye. It's a different propaganda. You know what I mean? So they try to make it all the same because that's what they'll do. Lump all that shit in the same.
Yeah, like I'd have to see like shit. What's the movie about? Like I can't, I can't judge that man on that.
They're afraid to even report on what.
Yeah.
They're afraid to report on what it's even about.
Yeah, they probably don't want to see that
like,
shit.
I'm all for, like, everyone having, like, their ability to, like, be able to, like, be curious about art or what have you. Like, even if someone reads a book about the history of Hitler, that doesn't mean you hate Jewish people.
Yeah, like I said, they shouldn't know this thing.
So I just have to see, like, I just don't want to judge.
Yeah, if you just because you read Mein Kampf or whatever it's called, I'm going
to tell you one thing. At the end of the day, especially when it comes to the sports forum, you are the first and foremost. The reason why you're even in front of us is because you play this sport.
Yeah.
Right.
So you play basketball. I'm never ever going to say, don't just play basketball. Don't say shit else. Play basketball. No, you can speak on things. But certain things, man, that's not the platform for that.
This guy thinks the world's flat.
You know what I mean?
Now I'm supposed to take his fucking opinion.
That's some other shit though.
So what you're saying is be sensitive to the role you play in the public and maybe just don't expose yourself to that.
Like Ice-T said it, everybody doesn't need to know everything that you're thinking.
Yeah.
It's not necessary. Like, it really isn't. You're playing.
The man is a smart man.
We don't want to go see Kyrie, really, to tell us about what's going on in that part of the world and history. But there's nothing wrong if it's super if it has super relevancy. You know what I mean? Because if you think of Muhammad Ali back in the day, Muhammad Ali was always talking about how black people were treated. But it was true for a fact. He was living it. He was one person living through what he was saying. And he was always articulate about explaining about it. And he changed his name and had to force people to understand that they were like, yeah, whatever, Cassius, what is it? No, I'm Muhammad Ali. And he was always like articulate about it. But they thought he was like this madman just because he was saying, look how y'all treat us. And you want me to go over fight people in Viet Cong and they ain't did shit to me, but at home, all this shit is going on with me. So he's articulating some shit he was living through.
And he was famous, so people were listening.
Of course. Now it's like Kyrie. Like you're articulating something the way you post it, because we're in social media now, that you might not even 100% agree with that, but you posted it, so now you're bringing that attention
like a
to that.
effect.
So it makes it look like, oh, he did this, he did. Listen, I read a book called Monster Cody. That shit was crazy. That book was crazy, man. And it's about this gang member and grew up in Cali, the whole man. And there's even some lyrics that were like came from that book, the way I spit some certain things. And I'm saying that don't mean I advocate the whole shit that was going on. It's just that, man, that book was dope to me, and that it was enlightening on California, like some gang life shit that cats have no knowledge of at all. So, but I mean, for them to have him do all that shit, stay tuned. We'll see what happens if they fight back on all those requirements they want him to fulfill. But with the Brooklyn Nets, also, so a few weeks ago, it was imminent that they were going to hire former Celtics coach Ime Udoka, who was suspended from the Celtics for a year for improper relations with someone. You know, I don't even know what they improper. Maybe because she worked for the business because he wasn't married. You know what I mean? So, but they suspended him. And so then we turn around and they're like, you know, oh shoot, Brooklyn's gonna hire this dude as the coach that quick. Then it turns out, just today, they rescinded that. And Jacques Vaughn, who's a former player, was an interim coach. And now he's gonna be the head coach for real. So I guess that didn't happen for whatever reason. Now, mind you, he's still suspended by the Celtics, right? They never fired him, which I don't understand. If you want to be rid of him, just fire him.
Yeah.
So they suspended him.
Maybe
so
they see him in a different role.
I mean, I don't know. The saga
Maybe they're hoping it all works
continues.
out.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Because it's like what's the name? The manager for the Red Sox got suspended for a year and then came back.
Terry Francona?
No,
Cora?
Yeah, Cora. Alex Cora. And now he's back like this past 2 years. So
Yeah.
you never know. Another situation too was, well, Houston won, right? Houston won the World Series. Mm-hmm. That was dope because remember we spoke here in the beginning and you was calling them the trash throws.
Yeah.
But then when they made it to the
You know what that's all about, though, right?
yeah,
the
me bong bong bong.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
He said me, bong, bong, bong.
I mean, because I'm like, imagine that shit. We talked about that week.
Yeah.
We were like, dude, every time you fucking come in, it took one of them bright dudes to be like one time.
Yeah.
Yo, man, every time we come in, don't you hear that trash can shit? That's exactly how that shit got exposed.
Probably a fucking fan.
You know what I mean? They like, wait a minute. Because it's like every time, it's like, yo, when we move where I live at now, son, we move where I live at now. We moved from the hood. We went around that area no more. But every fucking Sunday or at daytime or something, you heard mad claps. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, wait a minute, man. What the fuck is all this shooting and shit? I'm thinking it's fireworks.
Yeah.
But then it's too consistent. As the weeks kept going by, I was like, wait a minute. Then it turns out there's a fucking gun range right over there.
Oh,
so it's
shit.
like, I never heard that many gunshots in Mattapan. But now it seems like it's the weekend or something or whatever. But man, back then that shit was like, like, the fuck, you know?
That's so funny.
But
Was that it for sports?
yeah, man. Oh no, one more thing.
Oh.
This was the most hideous of the whole situation. So, yeah, hideous is a fucked up word. I remember when I was in a cab one time and I heard these three guys and they were like, yo, did you have sex with her? And the dude's like, no. He said, what do you mean, no? He said, she had a big head and she's hideous looking. Yo, when this dude said that shit, I laughed my ass off because I never even heard descriptions like that, like for someone to say about it. I'm saying someone said someone's hideous.
That man has standards.
That
Good for him.
motherfucker said she has a big head and she's hideous looking. Yo, if somebody says hideous, yo, you know it's like, oh, this person's wow. So, but on a more serious note, the Boston Bruins were doing pretty good actually. I think they might only have 2 losses, one of their best records and beginnings in their history. So they decide to sign a player to their minor league. His name is Mitchell Miller. I think it's Mitchell Miller.
Bitchy boy.
Yeah, I think so. We got to make sure on that.
Mr. Miller is nasty.
And they signed him, and then it turns out that he was suspended from college because the news came out that when he was 14 in high school, they used to bully this kid. You know, a black kid with
Mitchell Miller.
A black kid who was disabled and mentally slow or what have you. And I think they made him eat some candy from the toilet, and they used to bully him and all that. And the Bruins, who should have had knowledge of all of this, went and signed this dude. You know what I mean? Then the uproar comes. Because they're like, and then the guy, his name is Isaiah. He said that, he's never apologized.
Isaiah Meyer.
Yeah, I think he has three names there, huh? Isaiah Meyer Crothers. Right. Isaiah Meyer Crothers. He he said that they continued to bully him through junior high school. The judge, if anyone knows the story, the judge says that she didn't believe the dude as being, regrettable about or had any regrets. Yeah, he wasn't at all. She didn't feel. That was back then, whoever the judge was. And Isaiah says that he never really apologized to him or anything like that, like he was claiming to get this career off the ground. Now, one of the dilemmas is they're like, he was constantly called the N-word and bullied, and when the Mitchell got suspended, then his friends were bullying this kid. The thing about it is they're 20 now, 20, 21, something like that. And he wants to say he's grown and all that stuff like that, but it's a horrible thing. Now, what we're dealing with now too is the fact that everyone gets second chances. There's rehabilitation for people, or you should. Like that's the word is. I believe in that too. I believe there's some things you have to go through, but it is terrible because no one teaches you how to call somebody the N-word. You know what I'm saying?
I think if you're a racist, you're a racist, and you can meet like a guy. I'm a racist guy, and I meet this black guy. He's cool, and I meet him, and he's cool, and then I get along with him and everything. But all I'm gonna say is, he's cool, but all the rest of them, all the rest of them.
There's people that,
you know what I'm saying? It's just like
that's a fact. People say that, but man, it was just horrible. So as we stand here today, the Bruins released him with a statement, which was dumb to ever sign it. I mean, maybe he should get a chance. Maybe you need a couple more years out.
He's gonna be like, dude, black people don't even watch hockey. Why are you cutting me?
Well, I mean, on the real shit, it's kind of
stupid though.
Yeah, it is. It's really deep, because it's like if somebody was, wanted to say or what they thought was the right thing, so they could get their hockey career, their professional career on it. It was a terrible experience for this guy.
Yeah.
So the Bruins, man, they move on, and we see what happens, man, in the future.
And was that it for sports? Because it's a great segue. Because if that guy's not stupid as hell, this fucking hockey idiot.
So
okay.
Dad is 10-3.
Mm-hmm.
Myself is 9-4.
Oh, you shot.
Is 9-4.
Oh.
And DL is 9-4. We
Oh.
well this season.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, you know what? Let's say yay for the Danger
Zone podcast.
The Danger Zone podcast.
So
we all did really good.
So what are we to the week to the date?
Okay, so with the adjusted numbers, you are now 81, 55 in that one tie.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Hate that time.
69, 65 and 1 is myself. Tanya is 74, 61 and 1. And then DL is 76, 59 and 1.
Okay.
76.
So at this point, I'm 1, DL's 2. Who's 3, Tanya? And you're 4?
Yeah, Tanya's 3 and I'm still the caboose, but I look the best.
It's cool.
Okay, that's right. We already talked about the culito.
Nah, my man over here, you know what I'm saying? This is, what it is. Mr. DL dressed up as, what it is, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, there it is, right there.
Hold on. DL's dressed as, don't light anything up.
Don't light my hair on fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yo.
Big Sugar, lend me that lighter.
Yo, so this week, let's rock.
Rock it.
Okay.
Yep.
We have the Falcon, Monday night, Thursday night
She's first.
is the Falcons at the Panthers.
Who do you got? You number 1. What?
Right. The Falcons.
Okay.
Falcons.
Panthers.
I'm going the Falcons too because the Panthers are absolute trash.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, Baker Mayfield came in last week as a sub and scored two touchdowns. They still was like demolished.
It's the Thursday night game though, right?
Yes.
It's trash night, so it's their night to shine. I'm telling you, it's gonna be the Panthers.
Well, all right. So we're all Falcons and the Panthers. Can I get a Falcon call? That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God. That's worse than an Angry Bird invitation.
Right, so here comes another Angry Bird. We got the Seahawks at the Buccaneers.
You.
I'm going with the Seahawks.
What?
I know.
Wow.
Where you going?
I think I'm gonna throw some bait out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
All right.
Okay, what you doing?
I'm going with the Tampas too.
Now, here's the thing. If anybody knows anything about football, Seattle's doing way better than Tampa Bay. But man,
needs a win.
After Brady with that miraculous comeback that we know Tom Brady to be last week, it's still kind of hard, you know. And I don't like to go against Brady at this point. Seems like they might got something going. So I'm gonna go Tampa Bay.
What's their record, Tampa Bay? They're not doing that great, right?
No, they were 3-5. Now they lost 3 in a row, but they won last week. It was great.
We'll see.
Go ahead.
Hopefully it's a comeback.
All right. Next we have the Broncos and the Titans. I'm gonna go Titans.
I'm gonna go Broncos.
I'm going with the horses because we're talking about them earlier.
I'm going Titans.
You're gonna eat them horses up.
Some fava beans and a nice kill.
I'm just gonna give you the answer. Derrick Henry, 6'4", 255 pounds, running back. Go ahead. Titans.
Okay, we got the Browns at the Dolphins. I'm going with the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Dolphins as well. Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Oh my God! It warms my heart.
That's my first Dolphins pick.
Oh.
Not me. I picked them last week too.
I don't think I've ever picked them.
Nice.
Maybe early on. I picked
Go Big Blue.
Where we at?
Okay, we are at the Saints and the Steelers. I'm going Steelers.
I'm going Steelers.
Yeah, Steelers.
The Saints look like trash last week. God damn.
It's not Thursday.
Hefty.
You know what? I'm gonna go Saints.
All right.
I might lose this week. I'm only 5 games ahead.
So next we got the Lions and the Bears. Oh my.
The Bears.
Lions never win. The Bears. Oh, sorry.
Y'all all Bears?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Bears, and the Lions won last week. Does anybody know who they beat?
Lions.
Nope.
Come on, man. Y'all making it weak. Green Bay
Packers, right?
Yes.
Oh wow. Shocker.
Yeah.
It was a shocker. I should have been 13-0 this week. Go ahead. You got everybody?
So you're going with who?
Bears.
Huh?
Who you going?
Bears.
Bears.
Justin Fields. Ridiculous. That's the answer.
Okay.
Justin Fields, baby.
All right, we got the Vikings and the Bills.
That's a tough
I'm
one.
going Vikings.
I'm going Bills.
I'm going Bills too. They just got beat by fucking. I'm
The
going
Jets.
Bills. Yeah.
Now listen, I would normally go Bills, but it's a very strong possibility that Josh Allen, the phenomenal quarterback, is out this week. So with a shoulder issue, then Case Keenum would start, which is a facsimile of trash. And so I'm gonna go.
Simile of trash.
I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna go Buffalo. I'm not going Buffalo.
You're not going.
No.
Okay, you're going back.
Vikings. I'm going Vikings.
All right, next we got the Texans and the Giants.
You know our answer. Giants.
Giants. That's quick. Saquon Barkley. That's the answer.
God bless you.
Word.
All right, we have the Jaguars and the Chiefs. Going KC.
I'm going KC.
KC also.
KC. Come on.
Where we going?
I mean, jeez.
Looks like a fun stadium.
Kansas City's this.
All right, then we got the Colts at the Raiders. Going the Raiders.
Raiders.
Colts at the Raiders. Yep.
Raiders again. We have to go Raiders. The Colts, if anybody knows, they fired their coach. There's been a little controversy because they hired Jeff Saturday, who was an analyst and a former player, to be a coach with no experience ever. So now we're going to see. He's an interim. So I guess it's an audition for him. And something he'll do good, but we don't know. He's never been a coach. So the coach has just been a free fall. You know what I mean? They got a JV quarterback. Just horrible. So, yeah, he's ass. So, yeah, I hate to say it, he's ass. Yeah.
Ass.
See.
Cowboys.
I'm going with the I'm going with the Packers because they got embarrassed last week and they're coming to play. I think everyone's coming to play for one quarter.
Yeah, for one quarter. so I'm going Cowboys.
Oh shit!
Yeah, how about them Cowboys? That's me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be one of them motherfuckers, but I'm gonna go.
We want them reverse Cowboys. Yeah. We need the full front.
They're gonna score 3 touchdowns in the first quarter.
Yeah, I don't know.
And let up 4 throughout the rest of the game. That's what's gonna happen.
All right, we got the Cardinals at the Rams. With the Birds.
This is a tough one. Let's see.
I'm gonna go Rams.
I'm gonna go Cardinals on this one.
You know what? And I'm gonna go Cardinals. The Rams need to win bad, but they're not really looking good at all, man. It's just bad.
Hopefully they might
Cardinals.
do something.
And Kyler Murray and Hopkins. Let's get it.
All right, so then we have the Sunday Night Football is the Chargers at the 49ers.
Ooh.
I'm doing the 49ers.
I'm doing the Niners.
Niners also.
49ers. You got to go. I mean, they got Christian McCaffrey over there now. They got Deebo Samuels. They got, who else they got over there? Jimmy G at QB. George Kittles. It's bananas over there right now. Let's just get it popping.
Debo and Skittles. You gotta get it popping.
Get it. Don't Debo them
so then
Skittles.
Monday Night Football. Monday night is the Commanders at the Eagles.
Oh boy.
That's
Eagles across the board, everybody?
Eagles.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, Eagles are undefeated. They're the number one team.
It looked pretty interesting though up to in the first half though when they played last week.
They always do. Like
they were losing at the end of the half.
Look at the Ravens were losing. The Ravens were losing. I mean, it was a tight ass game. They ended up winning like 29 to fucking.
Yeah, I don't remember what the score of the Eagles game was, but I remember at the half they were losing, and I was like, oh shit, they losing by 3 points or something.
Yeah, it was tight. Then they got their ass slapped up. You know, shit. And what we got for Monday?
That was it.
That was it.
Okay.
That was Monday.
Well.
Real
That was kind of quick and that was kind of to the point, and we appreciate you coming in costume as a soaker.
Okay to have a quickie.
And you know, and DL's over there, man, as the character. You know what it is, man. Yo, yeah, you know what it is, and we don't. But
he's Morgan from the Weekend Warriors.
It's sad that I look like this could be my hair.
Yo,
it saddens him that it could be that.
It definitely could be my hair. Like, yo, bro,
I mean,
we'll get some waves, bro.
It could be. So yeah, you know, right now,
I'll teach you, bro.
Right now, he looks like the other half of him is probably a horse. You know what I mean? He really has that centaur look. Like, wait a minute, yo, you know I'm half horse and half man. Yo.
All right, ladies, if you want to do it with the centaur, holla at your girl. Starting bid $5 bills.
Have no clue. Have no clue.
All right, fuck yeah.
Hey, thanks for coming by, Ree. Love you, girl. And you know we gonna see who's right now. Can we get them numbers once more, please? And who is number 1?
You are Daddy.
He just wanted to hear
and what's the numbers again?
Someone needs to be chillaxing because it's only been a week or two.
It's 2. It's going higher. Go ahead. 81 and what?
81 and 55.
Okay. And DL's next.
DL is 76, 59 and 1.
Okay. And you?
And then I am 60. No, Tanya is 74, 61 and 1. And I am 69, 65.
That Popeyes is tasting good, yo. All right, Rhea, I'm gonna holler at you. All right.
Big Sugar always picks stupid as hell, but a couple times we've sent him, dude, like, check this guy out. Check how stupid this guy is. And a couple times they've been the same people. And this week,
same thing with my daughter, Rhea Love.
Rhea Love
sent me. That was Rhea Love. That was Rhea Love at the Frog Pond.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't ready. I'm sorry.
That's just Rhea Love. That's just Rhea Love. I was like, oh.
That was all you, yo.
Yo, that was that Rhea Love. That was that frog hanging out with that eagle that he got, that Seahawk, you know. That motherfuckers both of them together. A Seahawk, a falcon, and an eagle hanging out with a frog. Rhea Love. They don't know what to do. But
not right, but what
hold on, man. Y'all made me forget that shit. Hold on, let me get back to it.
So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe.
Yes.
Hide behind Tanya's mic here. Next week I'll fix these, ladies and gentlemen. We got our new mic stands. I just gotta get the mic cords situated.
Oh,
What?
one thing before I get to that stupid as hell.
Stupid.
I want to also give a shout out to my young son Tremaine
hell yeah.
on their victory
I saw
this past week. You know what I mean? By now they'll be playing again, but it was a good win. You know, he played well. He got in, did his thing. He goes to Southern Connecticut State University, and they trounced Post. I think it was 44-7. Also, shout out to my nephew, TJ. He plays defensive end for Michigan, University of Michigan. They're 8-0, ranked number 3 in the country.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So
Can we talk about what?
So-
can we talk about that or?
I mean, that's it.
What happened at that game?
No, that's 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but
in the
we
tunnel.
never talked about that.
Nah, there's some
I mean, you don't have
players.
to give you don't have to give any information. I'm just
Nah,
asking.
there's some players in Michigan State who tried to, jump one of their players in the tunnel.
And they hit one of the
See, what
helmets and
people
stuff?
what people don't realize,
I didn't see it.
a lot of these big old rivalries and shit like that, they'll do that shit when you come through the same tunnel.
That's bad.
You know?
That's stupid.
But usually nothing jumps off.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
It's just like a known
it's
thing
kind of
to
like
do.
hold me back type shit. We're both like but this time motherfuckers say hold me back, kabunk.
Yeah.
So that then that started off shit. But at the end of the day, they won the I guess there's a Paul Bunyan Trophy in between them. If Michigan State, Michigan winner, they won that once again. They're ranked number 3 in the country, and shout out to my nephew TJ, but shout out to the Wolverines, man. Keep on pushing. If you could do something special, then be special. That's what it is, man.
That's crazy that it plays there. It's one of those schools, and he plays football there. So yeah, the time of the week has arrived. The wig is gone.
Mr. DL's favorite segment.
Our guests are gone.
And it's not insensitivity with Mr. DL. If you thought
Hey, I
it
was ahead of the curve last week. I was ahead of the curve.
You were.
Yeah.
You really were.
I really was. If we were live, I would have been the first person on the internet talking that fact about that.
But you know, whatever we say, we said it on Wednesday.
It blew up the next day or 2 days later. I was like, oh man, I said all this.
It's all right.
That's all good. What are you gonna do? 2002. Carlton Banks, Jay Prince, whatever your name is. Salute to you and what you got going on there.
Okay.
Your dad's pretty cool.
So yeah.
There you go.
So this week, stupid as hit it. Stupid as hit it. As if you stutter. Stupid as hell.
There's nothing wrong with a stutter.
University of Kentucky student arrested after video shows her using racial slur and appearing to assault black students. Now we seen it. I probably maybe
Kentucky?
You'll put it. Yeah.
She was just. I was just reading my application.
You might have put her up.
No, he didn't.
You might put it up so people can see.
I will.
But she seemed like she was drunk as hell. But a University of
She was intoxicated.
Stupid as hell. Yeah, but that's when you're real. That's when you're drunk and you start saying racist shit. That's you. That's who you are.
Well,
and your
that
alcohol
is true.
has taken away that little wall that you keep up.
That is true, but at the same time, it's when you don't even care about getting the fuck slapped out of you a punch. Because people usually can hardly stand up when they're talking and shit. I had a story like that happen with me, so. But the University of Kentucky student has been arrested on multiple charges after allegedly assaulting black students and using racial slur. The incident was caught on video and went viral. The video allegedly shows Sophia Rosen, who is white, using racial slurs towards a black student, while also putting her hands on the student. She appears to try to hit the student, and this is where I come in. But she has no power, because she's fucking drunk as hell. So, they're holding it there, basically, and just waiting for whatever's next. The crazy thing about it is she just keeps saying N-word, N-word, N-word. She even puts N-word into a song, kind of, as you'll see in the video. And
Oh my God.
the thing that makes it stupid as hell is that the time we're in, everybody films everything, that's number one. It's also stupid, but it's also insensitive because it's hate, like that's straight hate for real. You put it out there. No one can say, well, maybe she put this up, she wrote. Maybe, no, it's you. You know what I'm saying? Just spewing all this stupid shit. And eventually, guess what? They come in with her little drunk ass. She can't hardly stand up, as you can see, and lock her up. So that's what you're going to do, spend the night in jail for calling somebody names racially and being drunk as hell.
Have you ever been in a fight when you were drunk? Like drunk? I've never been in a fight when I was drunk. Have you ever been in a fight when you were drunk?
Never been drunk like that because that was on purpose.
Yeah.
That was on purpose with me. I never wanted to be that drunk because I felt like people get the drop on you.
Oh yeah.
So with me, that's how I always.
I feel like it brings the testosterone up in you, but you have to be smart enough to know. Oh, I can't get in a fight right now.
Well, listen, and people
As a
don't.
female, you don't
People
wanna be
don't
like that.
because this. Like I remember a guy once said to me, "You're a fucking N-word."
Oh wow.
Right? And I said, "Oh shit."
How far away was this person?
I mean, he thought I passed him and I didn't hear him, but then I
I
backed
just want to be
up.
clear.
Oh,
He
I
said
see.
the
Yeah.
N-word, or he
Yeah.
said you're an N-word.
No, he said the N-word.
I'm just trying
I
to
just
make
don't
sure.
feel like saying
No,
it. But so
we
he says
understand how you
that.
feel about it, bitch.
So he says that, right? He says that, and I just get out and I said, "Oh, you know what?" And he's obviously drunk. He can't stand up. He's Weeble Jones. Like he fucking can't fucking stand
I
up.
don't know Weeble, but
I
I
said-
might know his cousin.
I said, "Yo, this motherfucker said it again." Then I said, "Man, you just need to go home." And then he tried to punch me. That drunk shit, like you know. You know what I mean? So I don't know, something just reacted. And I just missed the punch, grabbed around the neck, and just kind of fell to the ground with him, but his head hit him first. You know what I mean? So you're at the crack, and I'm thinking, man, this dude might be dead. You know, that's how I felt. But it was just in
Sorry, I
that.
don't know why I laughed.
I mean, it was in that moment of like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow. But I mean, all I was doing was trying to talk to him. Like, I wasn't trying to fight. Yo, you drunk as shit. I'm not one of them dudes that like, yeah, I'm going to go off like, cause I know if I fucking did this, ping, you're going to be flat. But he tried to punch me. But anyway, to reverse the long story and make it short again, this week, Stupid as Hell. Damn, I forgot a goddamn name. Oh, hold on, let me just get the name.
Sophia Rogan.
Rosing? Is it
But
Rosing?
it was reported that she said the N-word over 200 times.
Yeah, she sang a song.
200 times?
Yes.
She sang a song.
She probably sing like
You know, when you go into
Fetty
a
Wap or
dorm, a lot of the times there's someone at the desk
She did.
before you come in.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh, I
the
see.
girl
Yeah,
was
yeah.
at the desk, and she
Trying to take my
saw the girl
shit.
that was drunk, and she asked her, "Are you okay?" And then that's when
She went cuckoo. I mean,
she went crazy.
the thing about it is you see this
She
man.
also assaulted the cop
Yeah, but
and bit the cop.
but they say assault,
Jeez.
right? But it was really like some of the dumbest, as you can see, it's like some
I
of
don't
the
know. You
dumbest.
bite
ass
me,
shit.
it's on. Biting hurts,
Yeah, but not when
especially
you,
when it's not in a lovely way.
no, when the baby, she's baby biting like she, yeah. Like nobody's gonna do. Like, what are you gonna do? Lock her up like they did. Throw ass in cell. When she wakes up, she's gonna be fucked up because they're gonna show her that video. Yeah. You're gonna see yourself like knowing that you didn't. No one else knew that you were that. Now they do. See what I'm saying?
The whole world knows.
Yeah.
We're talking about where was it? Kentucky? We're talking about 1,000 miles away on a hip hop podcast.
Yeah.
So you have fucked up.
and
And your name's gonna be right here, all that shit. Like fucked up.
so hold on.
200 times.
Tell
That
me,
is someone who will be
Tell me.
working from home.
tell me what
that beats like most 19-track rap albums. 200 times. That's a lot.
tell me what that name is again.
Oh, I didn't have her
I got
name.
it here. I thought y'all had said it.
I think it's Sophia.
It is. Oh yeah. Okay, I got it.
Sophia.
So we chopped it. It's
Nah, we
so,
don't chop.
so this
Oh,
is it still on?
Yeah, it's still going. You can tell it. What's that bitch's name?
Shit. So this week's Stupid as Hell
Stupid.
is Sophia Rosen.
Oh shit, you were good. You were close. That was
Stupid
it.
as
I
hell.
think you were right.
You know what I mean? Come on now. You know? Hey,
That's another one.
that's another episode. 40,
Kass.
42.
Ras Kass, Real Love.
Yeah, the
Big
whole
Suge's
19,
leading.
baby.
Big Suge's in the lead by 5
Yes. 1 2 1 2 1 2.
on the
Or
picks.
I'm number 3.
you get rid of the
And I don't
1
mind.
and you just get 2 2. So we appreciate y'all coming through, man. For real, for real.
Hell
I'm about
yeah.
to hit the highway right now because, you know, when I hit the highway, what usually happens is they eat. But nah, some real shit. I'm about to be out.
Yes.
Episode 42. I appreciate y'all. You know, and I appreciate y'all too.
Jackie
And listen,
Robinson.
excuses have no purpose. But listen to this really before I finish that out. Think about it because I say it every week. Excuses have no purpose. So what it's generally saying to those who might not even get it, people are always making excuses. Excuses are unnecessary. If we make excuses, we're not going to get it done. That's why I always say that. And so I'm telling you once again, just in case you didn't know, excuses have no purpose. Don't make them.
So don't make them.
And we're going to keep on glowing. We're going to keep on growing and glowing. And we appreciate y'all. And come back next time. Peace.
Peace.
On my dark days.
On my dark days, I chopped crack on the regular. Ran up in spots and clapped on the regular. Took big fat ass stacks from the register. No matter how hard they tried, they still couldn't measure the hard I have. You juke when I stab. Grands in my pocket and still caught a cat.